Hello everyone, Mehraza here. I am going to share with you a video that I come across of it on YouTube, and to me it's very interesting. But before I share it with you, I need to share with you two verses from the final scripture from the Quran. And one is about Mary and one is about Jesus. Chapter 3, verse 43, it says, "O Mary, humble yourself for your Lord and fall prostrate and humbly bow with those who humbly bow." So this is the Muslim prayer, and it shows that Mary was doing her prayers according this verse. There is another verse that is in chapter 19, verse 31, and that's about Jesus. Jesus is saying, "He," means Almighty, "He made me blessed wherever I go and enjoined me to observe the contact prayers and the obligatory charity for as long as I live." So if Christians are not doing their prayer, it means they lost their prayer. But it has been, very strongly, it has been on them. And now let's listen to this video, which is very interesting.
Let me ask you something. Have you ever watched a Muslim pray? The way they move, the way they bow, the way they put their forehead to the ground, and wondered, why? Why do they pray like that? What does it mean? Is it just ritual, or is there something deeper? Maybe you've seen it from a distance. Maybe you've scrolled past it online. Maybe you've even stood close enough to hear the whisper of their words but didn't understand a single one. But what if I told you there's a reason behind every single motion? There's power in the silence. And there's a message in that moment, not just for Muslims, but for all of us. Because when you understand why they pray like this, you don't just see a religion. You see discipline, purpose, connection, unity, and healing. So sit back, open your heart, not just your ears, and don't blink, because by the time we reach the end of this message, you might just see prayer in a way you never have before. Let's begin. Muslim prayer, known as Salah, is not merely a routine or ritual. It is an expression of submission that transcends speech. Every movement within the prayer holds a deeper meaning, rooted in humility and discipline. It begins with standing in quiet stillness, hands folded, eyes lowered, heart attentive. This position is not just about posture, it is about presence. It's the soul acknowledging the greatness of the one who gave it life. The very act of standing straight before God symbolizes readiness, alertness, and respect. It's saying, I'm here, I'm aware, I belong to something higher than myself.
5 words you pronounce wrong 2 years before your brain starts shutting down. Dementia is now known as type 3 diabetes, according to the Mayo Clinic, where doctors have made a shocking discovery that changes everything.
Then comes bowing. The believer bends at the waist, placing hands on knees, back straight, eyes lowered even more. This movement is the beginning of surrender, a recognition of one's own smallness before the Creator. It's no longer just standing in front of God. Now, it's leaning into submission, acknowledging that we are not the center, that the ego must bend. The body follows the spirit, saying with every breath, "You are greater than me." And then, the most powerful moment, the prostration. The forehead touches the ground, the heart lifted above the head, the place of pride, the face lowered to the lowest possible position. In this act, the human being is no longer standing tall or halfway bent. They are completely surrendered, face in the dust, vulnerable, exposed, yet at peace. It's a posture that strips away pride, position, and power. It's not weakness, it's strength. The kind that comes from knowing exactly who you are and who you belong to. In that moment, nothing else matters. Not status, not wealth, not reputation. Just a soul and its creator. Rising back up from that prostration is symbolic too. It's as if you're reborn from the ground up. You went down in humility. You rise up with clarity. And as the cycle of movements continues, each gesture, each word whispered is aligned with that purpose. To submit not just in body, but in spirit. It's not random choreography. It's discipline in motion. It's worship in its rawest, most physical form. When you look at it closely, you realize that Muslim prayer is not just seen, it's felt. In the prayer lines of Muslims, something profound happens that goes beyond words. People from every background, every race, every walk of life come together and stand side by side. There's no VIP section, no front row seats for the wealthy, no titles above heads. The CEO could be next to the janitor, the doctor beside the taxi driver, and no one would know or care. They are all equal before God. That's the power of this prayer. The way Muslims pray doesn't just reflect devotion, it reflects unity, a complete leveling of human status that the world often forgets. And they stand shoulder to shoulder, feet aligned, facing one direction, the Kaaba in Mecca. It's more than just physical alignment. It's a spiritual synchronization, a shared purpose, a shared direction, a declaration that no matter where they come from, what language they speak, or what color their skin is, they are united under one truth. In a world full of division, this moment is rare. No one is more important than the other. No one stands above. The rich man doesn't get a longer prayer. The poor woman doesn't pray in silence while others are heard. Every voice, every whisper of the verses echoes equally. There's something else, the way they move together. Not one prays while another watches. They bow at the same time. They prostrate at the same time. It's harmony in motion. It's discipline without force. It's obedience without oppression. That kind of unity, voluntary, intentional, and sacred, is hard to find anywhere else. And it doesn't just happen once. It happens 5 times a day. Across countries, across continents, from skyscrapers to deserts, from palaces to prisons. The same movement, the same words, the same direction. This unity isn't just symbolic, it's transformative. It breaks the illusion that we are different based on the labels the world puts on us. It teaches that greatness isn't found in status, but in submission. It reminds the heart that the person beside you is your brother, your sister in humanity.
My time is finished. I'll continue in the next video. Thank you.